Hey, 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 everybody. Out here being silly because it's so nice outside. And I know people see me sitting out here and they just a tad bit jealous because I'm sitting out here. But it is so gorgeous out here today. And I don't know. I just felt like I need to sit out here like every day. And I know y'all see me in this rocking chair. It is so nice. So I am Ms. Robin Wiggins, your Worthy of Wealth Empowerment Partner, and I wanted to talk about willingness. So yesterday I was on Periscope and I sort of kind of talked about the discussion of willingness, but I don't know. It's still something about me and that Periscope. We're going to work on that. I will work on it. But, I wanted to kind of elaborate on what it was I meant and what I wanted to say about, just being willing to pursue your goals or being willing to, just be better, for yourself, if not for everyone else, just for yourself. So three things. First of all is the willingness to grow. The willingness to grow and being willing to go out there and say, I'm going to go to school because what I'm doing has got me stuck. I'm going to tell y'all something. I've been a nurse almost 20 years and I have literally hit the glass ceiling because right at this moment, I'm an LPN and I just feel like even if I was an RN, I'd still be at that glass ceiling because I have done so much in my nursing career. So now I say, I got to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to study something different, something I think that would help me in my business and something that would, just expand my mind altogether. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know which semester I'm going to start, but I'm super duper excited about it. And my children are excited about it too. So I think it's a good way to go. So just being willing to grow in a different way, being willing to read books every day. Y'all know how I feel about reading books. Y'all know how I feel. So, just pick up a book, something small. You don't have to start with this big old thick 500-page book and say, I'm going to sit down and read it in 2 days. Don't do that. One book a month. And if you're not really a reader, one book every other month. Get something small, start off small, but expand your mind and be willing to grow in any different area. In something that you think you want to do. That's where the intuition comes in. And, I'll talk about that later, but just expand your mind. Be willing to do something different. Second is to be willing to change. Being willing to change and being willing to say, I know I'm this way because I was that way. I know I'm this way, but in order for me to move up in the world, in order for me to make the connections that I need to make, I have to somehow change. Now, I'm not saying not be you. I'm not saying to totally just be a mask of a person that you think you should be because what others think you should be. And I have a whole story about that. I'm gonna just tell you a little bit of the story. I was always feeling like I had to be a certain way in going into business because of how I grew up and my personality. And I kind of got a rude awakening from someone who had never come across someone like me. And I cried and I, talked to my dad about it and he was like, be you, don't worry about nobody else. But like I said, I'll elaborate on that story a little bit later. I'll actually tell y'all what happened in that story. But being willing to change as far as, your maturity level and doing things in good and in perfect order to get to the places that you need to go to help other people. That is what I mean by being willing to change. And lastly is being willing to forgive. Now, everyone jumps on this bandwagon about how you have to forgive and forget and you have to forgive and forget. But everybody knows that that's easier said than done. I could sit here right now and say it's easy for me to say I could forgive. But I'm going to tell y'all something personally. It took me almost a whole year and a half to forgive the person I was with, to be able to move past that anger, to be able to move past that negativity, be able to move past the resentment just so I could get to the place where I am now. So I'm the last person to tell you that it is easy because it's not easy to just forgive somebody. And still to this day, I can tell the story. I haven't forgotten. People say forgive and forget, but you don't forget. And why forget? Because when you when you forget, it's like you erasing it from yourself, but you're taking away that experience that could help someone else. So no, I haven't forgotten the situation, and I use it as my testimony to move forward and to help other people. So, forgiving starts with yourself. Forgiving says, I'm going to forgive myself for harboring so much anger. I'm going to forgive myself for harboring so much negativity. Even if the negativity is coming from someone else, you do not have to sit there and indulge in negativity. I was doing good this morning till someone called with a whole bunch of negativity. And I'm like, come on now, people, really? Like when I get up in the morning, it's all about being thankful and meditation and just sitting in quiet and peace and consecration. And so that when I'm going through the rest of my day, I could reflect back to the morning time where I actually sat in peace. So when people try to come first thing in the morning with all the extra, you like, look, I'm gonna call you back. Or look, let me delete this. Or you flipping through Facebook and somebody's already ranting at 7 o'clock in the morning. Flip past that. It's just, you don't need the negativity in your life. But the forgiveness starts with yourself. Then once you forgive yourself, then you can forgive that other person. But until then, you can't say, oh, I forgive him, but you know what? He really get on my nerves. That's not forgiving. You have to forgive yourself in order to move forward into the things that you want to do. You have to forgive the situation itself. Let it go. Look at it as an experience. Look at it as just a testimony to someone else that may be going through that same thing. And don't think just because you're a certain age or you in your 20s that you can't testify to that person that's in their 50s. You can't take it just because it's children here. Every day there's a child that will bring up a situation or ask a question. And you're like, oh my God, is it really a child? Yes. So those are my 3 things for the day. And, I just wanted to bring that point out from what I was talking about yesterday. So I'm super excited. I'm glad y'all checking in with me, and I'm glad to see y'all here. And I really appreciate all the feedback and everything that, y'all, you're doing for me. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. That is my piece for the day. And I hope y'all have a great day. I see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.